I'm going to push mute.
Okay. We can go ahead. We're going to come into lotus or half lotus, whatever's comfortable for you. And in lotus, you bring one foot to sit in your hip crease and the other in your other hip crease, or you can just keep one foot underneath if that's more comfortable for you. Lotus is kind of a work in progress position. When you're in lotus or half lotus, you can go ahead and rest your hands on the top of your knees with palms facing up. You can gently bring your eyes to close or look down the bridge of your nose. Sitting with a nice, straight, and erect spine. On the balance of a straight posture and a relaxed position. Raising the crown of the head, lengthening from the crown all the way to the tailbone. Relax your abdomen and let your belly fall out. Sending your breath all the way to the depth of your belly. Taking big, long inhales and deep exhales. Exhaling all of the air out. Take a minute to connect with your own breath. As you settle into this position, release all of today's worries, today's stressful moments, moments of rushing or hurrying, moments of uncertainty or stress. As you exhale, the high intense moments, inhale the positive moments of your day. The extra amount of patience that you took with the child. The laugh you shared with a loved one or coworker. The relief of getting home safe in the snow. Embrace those moments and then let them go as well. And center yourself in the present moment. A couple of weeks ago, we had a class on the new moon, and we set intentions for things that we wanted to see happen during the new moon, the first new moon of the year. And on Friday, it's going to be a full moon, which can bring a lot of high emotions. It's a time for all those intentions that you set in the new moon to come full circle. So if you wrote them down or you can remember one that you thought about, you can bring that to your awareness now and check in and see where you're at compared to where you were. You can carry that intention, or you can set a new one for this practice. After you set your intention, take a big, deep inhale through the nose, filling your lungs and your belly all the way up. And exhale, open your mouth and sigh audibly all the way out. On your next inhale, reach your shoulders up to meet your ears and roll them down your back, creating circles with your shoulders. When you're ready, you can begin your circles the other way. Alternating. Coming back to neutral shoulders. Inhale, squeeze them up. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Exhale, release them all the way down. Inhale, lift them up, squeeze them tight. Exhale, release them all the way down. If you're sitting in half lotus or even full lotus, you can switch the cross of your legs to bring your other foot on top. Place your palms on the tops of your knees instead of facing up. And we're going to do a couple of seated cat-cows instead of tabletop cat-cows. So you can inhale, dip or push the chest forward. Bring the shoulders towards one another on your back. Exhale, arch through the spine, round, tucking the chin into your chest. Inhale, seated cow. Exhale, seated cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Take a couple more, flow here. This feels really good for my spine. Even though it's generally the same motion as in tabletop, I feel like it just kind of hits different areas of my back are engaged and released. Take one more each way. We're gonna move to a tabletop position. Bring your hands underneath our shoulders, our knees underneath our hips. Pushing through our hands, gripping each one of our fingertips to the mat. Careful not to let the shoulders dip down. Be intentional here. Inhale, reach your right arm forward and your left heel back. Exhale, we're going to bring elbow into knee and arch that spine like you did in cat. Inhale long. Exhale, we're going to take it out to the side with cactus arms and like a a dog on a fire hydrant. Inhale long, exhale elbow to knee. Inhale long, exhale cactus arms. Inhale long, exhale elbow to knee. One more time. Inhale long, staying strong through that shoulder. Exhale cactus. Inhale long, exhale coming back to a neutral position. Going to switch over to the other side, sending the left fingertips forward and the right heel back. Inhale long, stretching through, creating a nice fine line. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale long. Exhale, taking it out to cactus arms. Inhale long. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale. Exhale. Building a little bit of heat here in your body. Flow through one more time. Inhale long. Exhale, send it out. Come back to a neutral spine. We're going to tuck the toes. Inhale, lift the hips all the way up into downward facing dog. Go ahead and walk your dog here, stretching through the right side body and the left, taking turns placing each heel on the mat. I don't know if it's the weather, but I'm feeling so stiff. Maybe it's because I didn't take any time this weekend for a very long personal practice. Go ahead and shift back and forth a couple more times. When you're ready, come to a neutral spine, keeping a generous bend in the knees, tucking the navel into the spine, letting the heart space sink forward, pushing strong, especially through your wrists and your pointer finger and your pinky finger to keep all of your fingers on the mat. I have a bad habit of always lifting up my pointer fingers. And I had an instructor in college who would come around and he would assist, and he'd always place his really sweaty hands on top of my hands to put them down. And that's always the image that sticks with me when I'm doing this, to keep my pointer fingers down so his sweaty hands don't come touch mine. When you're ready, we're going to send the right foot way up high and exhale. We're going to shift to high plank and bring the right knee to touch the right tricep. Inhale, send it high. Exhale, right knee, right tricep. Inhale, high. Exhale, touch. Come back to downward facing dog. Sending the left leg up high. Exhale, knee to tricep. Inhale up high. Exhale, knee to tricep. One more time, all the way up high. Exhale, knee to tricep. Coming back to downward facing dog. We're going to inhale, send the right leg way up high again. Stack the hips, let the right knee hang open. Option to drop the right foot down and open up into wild thing. In wild thing, our right toes are on the ground behind us. Our right arm is hanging over, and our left edge of the foot is still on the mat. And then to come back, you just kick that leg back over. Inhale, send that left leg up high. Stack the hips, let the leg drop open, and rotate over the opposite direction. Pushing strong through that right arm, lifting the hips up, and kick yourself back over into downward facing dog. On your next inhale, we're going to shift forward into high plank, keeping our hips up high. Our option to drop the knees and stay engaged through the core, so pushing through the hands. Yogi's choice here. Exhale, chaturanga, or knees, chest, chin, all the way down. Inhale, baby cobra, where just your chest is off the ground, or upward facing dog, where it's your hands and the tops of your feet on the ground. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the right foot, step it all the way through, drop the left heel, warrior two. Strong in your warrior, connecting back to your breath. Exhale, windmill all the way forward, dropping the left knee, untuck the toe, low lunge, looking up, pulling your shoulders towards one another on your back, stretching through that left inner hip. Inhale, tuck the toe, lift the knee, send the right leg back to meet the left, downward facing dog. Inhale, look up at your hands, and you can either step or hop forward. If you'd like to hop forward, give a very generous bend in the back of your knees. Put most of the weight in your hands and gently float yourself up to meet your hands. Exhale, forward fold. Letting your head hang heavy. You can grab opposite arm and opposite elbow. Nod your head yes and no. Sink forward just a little bit deeper. I carry a lot of my stress and tension in my upper back and in my shoulders. And so when I'm in forward fold, I can really feel the release in between my vertebrae, blood flowing to my head. I imagine just all of that stress just kind of falling off my shoulders. So I don't have so much weight to carry around with me. When you're ready, inhale, halfway lift, hands to shin or tops of thighs, creating a long, flat spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, coming all the way up into mountain. Exhale, reverse swan dive, sending the heart space forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, place your hands on the mat, and you can either hop or step back into high plank. Exhale, chaturanga, or knees, chest, chin. Inhale to baby cobra, or upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, left leg goes up high. Exhale, step it through. Set yourself up for warrior two. Creating a nice 90-degree bend. Then your left leg, tucking your navel into your spine, engaging through that right glute. Exhale, windmill all the way, dropping the right knee, untucking the right toe into low lunge. Looking forward, opening up through the collarbones. Exhale, tuck the right toe, lift the knee, and send the left leg back to meet the right. Exhale, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, look at your hands, step or hop forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, reverse swan dive back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, placing your hands on top of the mat. You can step back or hop backwards. High plank, option 2 vinyasa or stay in the high plank. If you'd like to vinyasa, you chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Exhale, back to down dog. We're going to do this 2 more times. Inhale, right leg comes up. Exhale, send it through. Set up your warrior. Inhale, root to rise. Nice 90-degree angle. Exhale, come all the way down. Drop the knee, untuck the toe, low lunge. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the toe, lift the knee, send it back to high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice job. Stay with it. Inhale, left leg comes up. Exhale, send it through. Set yourself up for warrior 2. Root to rise, come all the way up. Exhale, windmill all the way down. Drop the knee. Look up. Inhale. Exhale, tuck the toe. Lift the knee, send it back to high plank. Exhale, all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Feel the heat build in your body. Connect back with your breath. When you're ready, you can shift into high plank, putting the most of your force into your left hand. We're going to drop over to the left heels. The left side of your foot. Inhale, bring the right arm all the way up, lifting the hips up, 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 tucking the tummy. Option to stay here or option to reach for the big toes and send it all the way up to the sky. Staying high with your hips, pushing strong through that left arm. Inhale, reach with that right arm. Exhale, come back to high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, send the right leg up high. Exhale, right leg comes forward. Set yourself up for warrior 2. Exhale, we're going to reverse the warrior. Sending the right arm overhead, stretching through the right side body. Exhale, switch it over, sending the left arm overhead. When you go back to reverse your warrior, let your left arm make a big circle. Coming all the way full circle, send yourself back up. Right arm comes overhead. Exhale, big circle, switch over to the other side. Flow with your breath a couple times here. Flowing in and out. Take one more each side. On your next left arm circle, rotate it all the way down, drop the left leg, untuck the toe. We're gonna heel toe our right leg out and bring our hands inside and let that left leg come out towards the edge of your mat. And we're gonna be in lizard pose, really stretching through that left hip, opening up through that right knee if that's comfortable for you. Inhale, heel toe, come back. Lift through the left toe, lift the knee. Bring your hands down and send that right leg back to downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg comes up. Send it all the way through. Set up your warrior. Strong legs, strong core, strong arms. Exhale, reverse your warrior. Creating a full circle. Bring left elbow to left knee, sending the right arm overhead. Exhale, full circle, going back the other way. Take a couple of moments here to go back and forth as fast or as slow as you choose. Taking time at each pose or moving quickly to keep the heat in your body. Take one more each side. And when you bring that right arm overhead, go ahead and windmill it all the way down. Drop the right knee, untuck the toe, and heel toe your left foot all the way out to the edge of your mat. Lizard pose on the other side, stretching through that right inner hip. I see a massage therapist at least like twice a week to help me with all that tension that I hold in my shoulders and my neck. And last week she told me that I have incredibly tight hips and that she could also help me with my jaw clenching problem. And so I've been really focusing on opening up my hips and creating space there. And every single time I do this, I feel like I'm just as tight. So I think it's something a little bit deeper that I need to let go of to allow my body to release it as well. I created a post recently that said, it's not about touching your toes, but about what happens on the way down. So even though yoga is great for the body, you have to take care of the mind and the emotional body too. When you're ready, heel toe, that leg back in. Untuck the toe, lift the knee, send the left leg back to meet the right. High plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look back at your hands, come back to high plank. We're gonna send the front of our weight into our right hand and shift over into high plank on the right side body. Stacking your feet on top of one another, reaching your left hand way, way, way up high. Tuck the navel into the spine. Push through that right arm. Option to reach for the big toes with your peace finger and send that left leg up high. Or option to stay here, or even bringing that right leg underneath you. Still staying strong through that right shoulder. Lifted in the hips. Exhale, come all the way back down. Send your knees out wide, big toes to touch, and sink back into wide-legged child's pose. Letting your heart space sink down into your mat. Feeling the stretch on your inner thighs as your hips sink down into your heels. Coming back to that intention that you set. At the beginning of the practice, whether it was your intention with the new moon or a new one that you set for tonight. Take a moment to give thanks to your heart, and all the effort that it's doing. When you're ready, you can come back up into hero's pose, sitting gently on your heels. If this is uncomfortable for your knees, you can take a pillow or a blanket rolled up, or a block if you have one to sit under or sit on. Even if it's not something you always do, you might find that it actually feels very nice. With a nice tall spine, we're going to inhale, sitting the arms all the way up high. And exhale, send them back behind. Interlacing the fingers, sending the chest forward, gently looking up. Pulling the shoulders tight into one another. Staying strong in your core to protect your low back. Big, deep inhale. Exhale, release the interlacing of your fingers and bring your palms to your mat. Gently coming back just a little bit. If you'd like to grab that block or the blanket to bring up the ground just a little bit higher to you. Awesome choice. Still sending the heart space forward. Feeling a gentle stretch in the biceps and forearms. Big, deep inhale. Exhale, push yourself back up to center. You can roll your wrists one way and the other to kind of release some of that pressure from bringing on them so much. When you're ready, we're going to come to a tabletop position. Tuck the toes. Send the hips way up high into downward facing dog. We're going to walk our feet slowly all the way up to meet our hands. And then tuck your hands underneath your feet into gorilla pose. Nice forward fold, kind of challenging your balance a little bit by stepping on your hands. Straightening through one leg and the other. I'm really weird about my feet. Like when I get out of the shower, I cannot let the remaining water touch my feet. I just need to get out right away. I don't know why, it just bothers me. I cannot have wet socks or wet flip-flops or shoes of any kind. So it's always interesting for me to be in this position and kind of challenge my weird foot, whatever you want to call it, as I place my hands on the bottom of my feet. But it brings a little bit deeper connection with yourself. Your feet probably aren't that gross. You can wash your hands when you're done. I hope your feet aren't that gross. Take 2 more rounds of breath. Bringing out one hand and then the other. Heel toe, your feet out to the edges of your mat. I'm going to flip to face the camera. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, sink your hips down in between your feet. Bring your hands together at your heart. Letting your elbows kind of push away or open up your knees here. Still with a nice straight spine. When you're ready, bring your hands to your mat. And you can gently practice lifting up one foot and then the other. And work on getting into crow pose. So in crow pose, engage each one of your fingertips. Strong through your arms, placing the tops of your knees, or for me, I like to place the outer edges of my knees onto my triceps, just above my elbow. And then I'm able to get myself all the way off the ground. Find your drishti point. Flow in and out. Work with it for a couple minutes. If you have a block, you can bring that under your head, or you can bring it under your toes to kind of help lift you up. If you're looking for a set of blocks, I got these at Marshall's for, I want to say like $7 to $8. And they're just simple little foam blocks, very easy. A little buy on my way too frequent Marshall's runs. I got the wrong size sports bras, and I'm avoiding returning them because I can't help myself I have to look around the whole store. There's something for me in every section. And it's really a mind control to not have to find something in every section to buy. I'm trying to use props, as I typically am not somebody who uses them. And so it gives me a little bit of a new challenge to try to use them, which is interesting. Gives me a little bit of perspective on people who are trying or who are using them. Take a couple more, lifting each leg, each toe. Making sure that if you do go forward, you just have a soft spot to land on. You would just tuck your head and do a nice somersault. Yeah, there you go. Nice. Your hips are up. Awesome. Your back is engaged. It looks so good. Just lift one toe. Put that pressure on your forearms. Nice. Awesome. Awesome. When you're ready to come back, you can come back to a tabletop position. Inhale, tracing the right fingertips up the left arm, through the chest, all the way up high. Exhale, tuck the right arm underneath the body and place the right shoulder on the mat and the side of your head on the mat. To really open up your right outer shoulder, a little gentle twist of the spine. Option to keep your left arm here, or option to send it up high, and then you can place it on the small of your back, or bring it and tuck it in and just kind of hold your right thigh. When you're ready to release, you can bring your left palm of your hand back to the mat. Push through, back up into tabletop. Taking your left hand, tracing it up your right arm, your chest, and opening up with your left hand to the ceiling. And exhale, tucking it all the way through, letting your left shoulder come to your mat, resting your head. Keeping your arm here or sending it up and then over. To really optimize the amount of twists that you're doing in your spine. Slowly starting to feel the body relax. Feeling the heart slow. When you're ready to unwind, you can bring the right hand to the mat. Gently push yourself up. We're gonna walk our hands out in front of us. Bring your belly to the mat, keeping your elbows tucked in tight. Inhale. Bring your hands just out in front of you just a little bit into Sphinx pose. Long through the neck, staying engaged through the biceps, the small of the back, inching your shoulder blades toward one another. Doing whatever a cat would do here, which is honestly so unpredictable. 2 more big long breaths. Exhale, release. We're going to send the right arm out long and gently just kind of roll over that right shoulder, stretching through that right wing, that white wing. Again, if you have a block or just a little pillow, you can bring that under your head to rest if you'd like. Or you can bring it to the mat if that's comfortable. Gently stretching through the pec and the front shoulder. We spent a lot of times on our hands and arms in the beginning of the practice, so we're just going to do some counter movements to open them up and allow for healing and growth and restoration. Send your breath to wherever you're holding here. Inhale, come back to center. Sending the left arm out long and gently pushing to roll over the left side. Tucking that block or that pillow under your head if you need. Bringing your right fingertips to brace. Allowing your right hip and right leg to just kind of fall open. Inhale, come back to center. Moving your block or your pillow out of the way. Reach for the left ankle or the left top of the foot, and then reach for the right. Inhale, press through the tops of your feet. Bring the shoulder blades together. Send the chest out strong. And balance on the abdomen and the hips. Three more big, deep breaths here. Clenching the glutes. Engaging the tops of the thighs. Exhale, release. Bringing the fingertips out into cactus arms. You can exhale, dip the right shoulder into your mat. Inhale back to neutral. Exhale, dip the left shoulder in. Inhale back to center. Go ahead and flow at your own pace here. Your shoulders don't necessarily have to come all the way to the mat. Just meet yourself where you're at. If it's just a gentle dip, if it's a dip all the way in, just doing what feels right for your body in the moment. Take 2 more each side. When you're ready, you can roll yourself over, however you'd like to get there. Bringing your heels in towards your glutes. We're going to take the right ankle on top of the left knee. We're going to interlace our fingers behind the left thigh and pull that into ourselves, using the right elbow almost as a brace against that right leg to kind of open up a little bit more through that gluteus maximus. Staying engaged, your toes. With each exhale, coming in just a little bit more. Relax your shoulders, let them lay on the mat. Exhale, release, switching sides, taking the left ankle on top of the right knee, interlacing the fingers behind the right thigh, engaging through the right toes, the foot flexed. Gently pulling on that right leg, opening up through that left gluteus maximus. Exhale, release. Letting the feet come out long. Letting the hands come out wide with the palms facing up. Gently bringing your eyes to close. Allowing your eyelids to meet one another in an effortless manner. Allowing your tongue to fall away from the roof of your mouth. Allowing your shoulders to sink into your mat. Releasing the hold in your hips, knees, and ankles, and letting them roll out to either side. Allowing your breath to deepen. To sink a little bit deeper into your center, wherever that may be. When you're ready, start to bring yourself back into the present moment, wiggling your toes, making fists and releasing your hands. Rolling over onto your left side, tucking the left arm under head to use as a pillow. And gently push yourself up into a seat, coming back into lotus pose or half lotus. Bringing your hands to heart center. The light within me honors the light within you. You as a reflection of me and me as a reflection of you. Namaste.